What's going on, everybody? C4 here, and welcome back to episode 11 of the Replacements franchise mode here in Madden 19. We are here, as I said, in episode 11, getting ready for week 5 at home against the New York Giants, and week 6 on the road at Lambeau against the Green Bay Packers. And we're sitting before you 2-2, 500 record for a team that is the worst rated team, least talented players on paper maybe the National Football League has ever seen. We are fresh off the tails of a week 4 17-3 victory over the Miami Dolphins. And we are looking towards the future of the season and winning a lot more games. How I feel about this week, we're going to play this game against the Giants, and we will have that road game against the Packers in the sim. But that does not take away from the fact that we did just bring in the fastest man on the planet last episode in Usain Bolt. Played corner, locked down Kenny Stills, and the world is abuzz. Enough so that we welcome another player here today that kind of follows along the trends of a Usain Bolt. I mean, Usain Bolt was brought in as a great athlete, but given his status, given his age, it was kind of viewed as like a TMZ move. A move to get somehow, some way, better reputation for the Redskins, more popularity, try to win us over. This is done in the exact same vein. We have learned that details between not Danny Snyder and some of the offices and representation from HBO and Game of Thrones have secured our newest offensive lineman. I'm sure you know who he is.
Elia Martel. I killed her children. Then I raped her. Then I smashed her head in like this.
So yes, at starting left tackle, we are going with Thor Bjornsson, better known as the Mountain, 6'9", 400 pounds, 30 years old, 64 overall. We got that 99 strength. Everything else is pretty terrible, but the 77 power, I mean, the power translates in run blocking and pass blocking. We've said all along that improving the offensive line has been priority number 1 since the beginning of the regular season for the replacements. And bringing in a guy like the Mountain not only is going to put asses in seats, not only is he going to sell jerseys, not only is he going to help make the Redskins and ultimately the replacements that much more marketable to the league, he's a good player. There's no way in hell that when we saw Thor, suit up for a publicity stunt there with the Minnesota Vikings, that there's no one out there that said, what would this guy look like in football pads? I wanted to see it. We're going to see it, as he is going to be protecting Colin Kaepernick's blind side for the remainder of the season. Beyond that, who knows? He has that quick dev. Maybe, just maybe. He's 30. He could develop himself into a starting tackle beyond this year. But for right now, looking ahead against this Week 5 matchup against the Giants, let's go. The Mountain starting at left tackle for the replacements. All right, we are 3rd and 11. I also kind of forgot to mention, as you see Big 71, Mountain, Thor out there at tackle. This is a battle of the Beckhams. We have Teron Beckham going up against Odell Beckham. So that is something to keep an eye on. Oh, come on, it's a PI! That is PI all day long. We're not punting it. We don't punt it. We never punt it. We'll go 4 roots again. We got to test him deep. We want to prove that we have the best Beckham in the league, So we'll go Jerron Carter back to him again, see if we get that confidence up. Look at 71. The Mountain just on the... Oh, my God, that was a garbage pass. But the Mountain's holding up at left tackle. Oh, he fumbled it. Big time hit by Willie Williams. The fumble on Evan Ingram. Usain Bolt with the fumble recovery. Is that going to stand? Of course, the refs have to get involved. Probably getting called from Roger Goodell. Say, overturn the play like they do. Surprise, surprise. Garbage. All right, get put on skates. And, hey, we didn't get the animation where he gets the automatic touchdown. But Saquon Barkley is proving incredibly difficult to stop right now. All right. Yep. Going to be a long game. Faced with another 4th down, we're not worried about it. We're almost at the midfield point. It's the strength of this team. They don't care. They think no plays is that important. And look at that, man. We are as clutch of a team in the National Football League right now, especially when it comes to 4th down. DGB moving the chains. Okay. Thrown with anticipation. That's what I want to see. All right, there we got it. We have our touchdown. There we go. Jerron Carter. It seems like every week. Last week it was Tebow. Now it's going to be Duron Carter. Every week, one of these wide receivers are stepping up. And with the equalizer right there, Giant fans are worried. All right, let's go 1st and 10. We're going to scramble from outside the pocket because that's where we live. We're going to hit Tim Tebow, who makes the catch. Doesn't get any yards after contact. A lot of people are comparing him a little bit to a very, to a very poor man, Zach Ertz. We got 11 seconds left. That was a terrible decision by having to chew the clock on. But we have a chance to have a halftime lead. Worst case scenario, be level. That's what we got here. Got Shoelace out the backfield. Is that where we're looking? We're not looking that way. We're going to scramble with Kaepernick because that is too good. Absolute money. Take a knee if you want, but flex on him instead as the Redskins get that 14-10 halftime lead.
Drop!
And Usain Bolt. Oh. Out of that big time Taylor Mays sack, the Giants have to settle for a field goal attempt, which would give them the lead, but still firmly has the game in our own grasp. And we have our, at least it's all in our hands if we're going to get our 3rd win of the season here with 2:31 left in the 4th. All right, 3rd and 6 on the 38. We're on like the fringe of field goal range here, so we're actually going to try to go. If you watch any of the live streams, any of the pink slips, this wide receiver run play is super cheesy, and it gets blown up in the backfield by Olivier Vernon. 4th and 7. We're going to have to go for it. Game is on the line. I mean, I don't know, man. Destroying is nailed every 50-plus yarder. I don't know what the win's like, I guess. So this is game. I honestly don't know. 83, Duron Carter's been our main man. Tebow has been good throughout this series. No, just give me protection. Give me an opportunity, which we did. Tebow is wide open, and he beats his man. Tim Tebow gets better of Thomas there as, oh my God, that's a brutal injury for Shoelace. Forearm fracture, but we're rolling. That should do it. We got a field goal attempt here to win the game as clock expires. Oh, they're going to use those stupid timeouts. Okay, 34 yards. No. Nervous. They're using another timeout. I don't know if that makes it even worse or harder for me to hit. We got a kicker with, I believe, like he's in the high 50s, but in the 50s nonetheless for accuracy. This is going to be difficult. I don't know what the wind is. Doesn't even say what the wind is. But this is to get our 3rd win of the season. Destroying. It is up, and it is good. The Replacements with a 1-point victory over Pat Shurmur and the Giants. Just the disrespect in this heated NFC East battle. The fact that Eli Manning is still the quarterback there is reasoning enough for the Giants to find a way to come into this game and lose to a bunch of replacement players. Look at that. Look at that defense. That defensive performance. We're channeling the defense from the Toronto Huskies series. I am legit. I am a defensive god here in Madden 19. Ebooks coming late 2019 in season. We get that 1-point victory though. That's all we needed. Kaepernick was very good on the day. 18 of 26, 220 yards, a touchdown, no turnovers. Also was able to chip in 18 yards on the ground and a rushing touchdown. Other than that, the run game was non-existent. Denard Robinson, 7 catches, 35 yards. Looks like he's picking up a somewhat significant injury. We'll have to find out more about that. Tebow had that huge touchdown to put us in field goal, or touchdown, that huge reception to put us into field goal range. Duron Carter, 2 catches, 48 yards, and a tutty. Percy Harvin played pretty well. Look at this. No sacks given up. This Labatt guy, garbage at guard, but no sacks given up from the Mountain in his debut performance. So far, so good. Taylor Mays got a sack. Voss got a sack. Ronald Ollie got a sack. No turnovers to speak of. But Usain Bolt, I think that's back-to-back weeks. He's been one of the best tacklers on the team. So this celebrity, PR move, it's not really a football move, is paying out well for the Replacements with the Mountain giving up 0 sacks. Usain Bolt, back-to-back incredibly strong performances. Reports say that is it. There's going to be no more, celebrity signings in the coming season for the Replacements. We already have the rest of our players locked into the portal so far. I mean, never know. Some names could squeak their way in. But for the most part, Thor Bjornsson, the Mountain, is going to be the last high-profile out-of-football signing. But there is still many more guys to come, many more battles to be had as we move to 3-2 on the season. Next up, we are going to Lambeau to take on Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. For the game against Green Bay, here is the injury update on Shoelace Denard Robinson. Forearm fracture is going to be out for 5 weeks. So that means we're going to have to put a lot more reliance on Barry Sanders Jr. to step up as running back 2. So here we go as we head into game 2 of the doubleheader. It's almost feeling like we win every game we play, we lose every game we sim. Hopefully this is a game to buck the trend, as we've actually done pretty well here against the Packers. And we're on the road, so we're trading field goals here. Nothing too crazy, but I mean, you gotta admire our defense. Only 10.7. Okay, now it's looking a little bit worse, but 17 points given up to Aaron Rodgers and company at home. It's a pretty good effort. But if that's the trend, if we're gonna end up doing everything we can to try and handicap this team, and we're still have a chance of going at 8-8, I mean, there's a lot less worse things that can happen in the world. But it is definitely a trend right now that we're getting the living shit kicked out of us in the sim, which keeps balance to the world. But I don't know, I'm not gonna say it's not annoying, as we fall 34-13 against the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau Field, falling to 3-3 on the season. More so looking at how we performed. Colin Kaepernick, 46 passing attempts. That is way too many. 319 yards, no touchdowns, had the interception. We had 14 carries, 33 yards for Teron Beckham. Barry Sanders Jr. in relief of Shoelace got a rushing touchdown. Receiving 7 for 90 for DGB, 6 for 97 for Deron Carter, 5 for 62 for Percy Harvin. So we had some production there for sure. Oh my God. The sim was not favorable to the Mountain. Giving out 3 sacks here. Skyscrape mode. I mean, that's just the sim. Everyone knows the sim. You can have a 95 overall tackle, and in the sim, he'll give up 3 sacks. So I'm not super worried. As long as he plays good, when we are in control of the team, that's all that really matters to me. Willie Williams led the team with 10 tackles. We didn't get any sacks. We didn't get any turnovers. Not surprised at all, because the Madden defensive god wasn't in there playing. But falling 3-3 again. If we think about maybe the preseason, as someone leave me alone, I'm recording. So popular. People ask me my mock drafts and shit are coming out. If you told me at the beginning of the preseason that we'd be 3-3 through 6 games going into the bye week, I would say I will take that every day of the week. But thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of The Replacement, where we welcomed a top requested player, a player that I absolutely think should. I mean, you can't do strongman forever. And like I said, with the likes of Jordan Mailata, these guys that big, gigantic freaks trying to plug and play them on the offensive line, the Mountain, I know he has Bell's palsy. Maybe that could affect, that disability could affect him actually making the jump to the National Football League. But, we saw him at the Minnesota Vikings training facility, and I think he's 30. Given his athletic traits, I would love to see him give football a legitimate shot. And he got that opportunity here with the replacements. And so far, pretty good, all things considered. And all I could say is we head into the bye week. Next episode, we will debut our first 70-plus overall player. We're finalizing the paperwork right now to bring in, he's on the defensive side of the ball, which is already without a doubt the glaring strength of this team. But we'll be welcoming our first 70-plus overall player next week for the replacements. Can you guess who it is? Maybe we got some leaks out there and you guys already know who it is. Let me know in the comment section below. But as always, guys, thank you for watching. And if it's your first time stopping by, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. Smash the like button if you enjoyed. And until next time, it's C4 saying peace out.
Money I'm spending, I'm out and I'm shopping. You talking that shit, well you talking and talking. Look at my options, look at me dropping. Ass in the game, like who are you stopping? Not me, I never. Not me, I never. Not me, I never. I'm way too clever. Look at the kid, Mr. Consistent, I'm doing it big. Way too persistent on taking your bid.